5 suspects arrested for their alleged involvement in the murder of Bafana and Orlando Pirates captain Senzo Meyiwa are today expected to appear in the Boksburg Magistrate's Court east of Johannesburg. Now, the group was arrested in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal yesterday. Police Minister Gerrie Nel visited Meyiwa's family after announcing the arrests. And it's been 6 years since the footballer was shot dead at the home of his singer girlfriend, Kelly Kumalo. His family says that although they welcome the arrest of the 5 suspects, they are still saddened that Meyiwa's father did not get to witness this day. His father, Sam Meyiwa, died last year before any arrests were made. Meanwhile, Afriforum says that Senzo Meyiwa's murder was a hit. It says that although they welcomed the arrest of suspects in the murder case, important details were not released to the media. Head of Afriforum's private prosecution unit, Gerrie Nel, says that the mastermind behind the plot must still be brought to book.
Having gone through the evidence, we have to agree. Also, Tole saying, I think the police have a strong case against the 5 people that they've arrested. But the one aspect that the police were silent on is, was it a robbery? What was it? We've been briefed by the police to say this was not a robbery that went wrong. This was an assassination. So the one outstanding aspect here, and we're disappointed that it hasn't happened yet, is to address the mastermind. Because if there's a hit, there's a mastermind. So we're confident and we agree, having gone through the evidence, that this is a hit. And we've also indicated our full cooperation in exposing the mastermind and ensuring that the mastermind is also prosecuted.
So for more on this story, we cross now live to our reporter Chriselda Lewis, who is in Boksburg, outside the court where the suspects are likely to appear this morning. And let's find out what's happening currently. Chriselda, good morning. And still early it is, but of course, much anticipation with regard to developments in this particular case. Yesterday, 6 years to the day that Senzo Meyiwa was murdered. Do tell us what to expect today.
Well, Sakina, that's right. And now, just a day after marking that 6 years since the murder of soccer sensation Senzo Meyiwa, 5 suspects, including the alleged triggerman, will appear here in the Boksburg Magistrate's Court. This after investigators made a breakthrough in the case after the firearm allegedly used to kill Senzo Meyiwa was found. So police say the weapon is ballistically connected to the crime scene. Police also told us yesterday, Sakina, that the arrests of the suspects were effected in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, as you've already mentioned. But what is worth noting is that some of the suspects were arrested while others were charged in prison, which means they were serving time for other crimes. So according to police, 3 of those who were arrested were not necessarily in the house where Meyiwa was killed. So that's according, of course, to the National Police Commissioner, Kehla Sithole, who addressed the media yesterday together with the Police Minister, Gerrie Nel. And as you pointed out in that clip, Sakina, Afriforum's private prosecutions unit, through Advocate Gerrie Nel, yesterday in that press conference with one of the Meyiwa family members, also revealing that Senzo was deliberately killed in a hit, which begs to ask the question then, Sakina, who ordered the hit on Senzo Meyiwa? Who ordered that assassination? And certainly those are details that the Meyiwa family is hoping will now finally become clearer as this case gets underway. They're all calling, including the family as well as Afriforum, for the mastermind to also be prosecuted. And indeed, scenes last night, Police Minister Gerrie Nel visiting the family home of the Meyiwas in Umlazi in Durban to brief them on the latest developments. And I think the scenes that we saw outside the Meyiwa family home clearly paint a picture of a desperation by South Africans to really know what exactly happened to Senzo Meyiwa. We saw quite a number of neighbors, family members as well, outside the home. There was a lot of ululating that was taking place. But, certainly in this particular matter, I guess, like in any other, the state indeed will have to prove that it has a watertight case against these 5 suspects. What we do know as well is that police are not ruling out further arrests in this particular matter. Yesterday, after quite a number of questions to the police minister as well as the National Police Commissioner about whether they felt they had a watertight case against these 5 suspects. And I think certainly at this point, what we can tell is that the police believe that this firearm, which they've been looking for the past 6 years, is a clear indication, they say, is ballistically connected to the crime scene. So the state certainly is going to rely a lot on that evidence pertaining to this particular case. But there's lots of anticipation, certainly. And you would know over the years the speculation that has been made about this case, quite a number of leaks as well made in this particular matter. So today is the first day that perhaps we'll certainly get a sense of exactly what the charges are that are also being faced by these 5 suspects.
And Chriselda, just as far as court proceedings today are concerned, as you said, some of those who were charged yesterday already in prison. So what are we expecting to play out in court today?
Look, Sakina, we'll be able to tell in about an hour or two about how all of that is going to pan out. Where I'm standing at the moment, I'm just waiting for court officials to arrive so they're able to direct the media in terms of where exactly we will be allowed to broadcast from. I know that the media has also brought quite a number of letters forward. We're asking for permission, of course, to have these particular proceedings broadcasted in the public interest. We'll hear, of course, from the presiding officials in this matter how that will go. But as far as the media is concerned, we've put all the documentation forward asking for that permission. So in this particular case, I mean, if you have some of those suspects who were charged in prison, who is serving time for other crimes, we're expecting them to be transported from those facilities or facility where they're being held to this particular court. And of course, those who have been arrested also then to make their way to this particular court. So a lot of these details, I mean, Sakina, in terms of even the charges that they are facing, we're expecting a lot of those details to be made known in this court this morning. Very vague yesterday, the police minister as well as the National Police Commissioner. As you would understand, Sakina, there have been quite a number of leaks in this particular case, a lot of dilly-dallying over the past couple of years, 6 years in actual fact, a lot of information that has been circulating, but trusting the court process in this particular matter, the details that will emerge in this court will certainly give us an idea of exactly what these suspects are facing in terms of charges, as well as what the state believes is its watertight case against them.
Well, Chriselda, we'll certainly be on standby to hear back from you as soon as you know anything more, but let's leave it there for the time being.